Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Kitchen King. Today we got something special for you. The holidays are coming up. Last week we made some lamb chops. We got something to go right along with it. We're gonna be making some homemade naan bread. Super easy to make. Is a little bit of a process, a little bit of wait time for the dough to rise, but you guys can do it. Let's get started. To make this naan, we just need a couple simple ingredients that you could get at any of your local grocery stores. We have about 4 cups of flour. We're gonna need some oil. I have olive oil. I usually use about 2 tablespoons or so. We got some butter. We got about 3 teaspoons of yeast, 4 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of baking soda. We also got some cilantro and garlic that we'll use to garnish and baste. We also got about 1.5 cups of lukewarm water to make our starter. It takes about 105 to 110 degrees. So to make our starter, we got our lukewarm water, and we're gonna add 4 teaspoons of sugar until it dissolves. We're gonna give it a nice stir. We want that sugar to completely dissolve as our active yeast. We'll use that as feed to grow. Once our sugar is dissolved, we're gonna add in 3 teaspoons of yeast. Stir it in nicely. We're gonna give it a nice stir, and we're gonna let this sit for about 5 to 7 minutes until it starts foaming up. If your starter doesn't start foaming up, you might want to make sure that your yeast is fairly fresh. Once your flour is mixed and your mixture has started frothing up just like this, this is what you guys want it to look like. We're gonna go ahead and put it into our dough, into our flour here, and then we're gonna add about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of some olive oil. And then first we're gonna start mixing it to get it all combined with the water with a fork until it starts clumping up and becomes hard to mix with the fork. You want the dough to look nice and clumpy like this, and you want there to be enough water. Don't add too much water, because then you're gonna have to add flour and your dough is gonna start becoming really hard. Once your dough is all clumped up and there's no more loose flour, we're gonna put it on the table and we're gonna start kneading the dough. Just like that. And we're gonna start kneading the dough, creating the gluten. At first the dough is gonna be sticky. It's gonna stick to your hands, it's gonna stick to your fingers. But as the process goes on, as you keep kneading it, it's gonna start forming. It's gonna start becoming less sticky where it won't stick at all to your hands. Kind of massage it in there. You want to make sure that you break down all the clumps of the flour and get it mixed in with the moisture of the dough. So I've been kneading this dough for about 10-11 minutes. Becoming really nice and consistent is what you guys are looking for. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna coat it in olive oil, and we're gonna stick in an oven with the light on and let it rise to about double its size. Gonna coat the bottom of the bowl with olive oil. Gonna stick the ball of dough in there and just give it a nice coating. Then we're gonna put a towel over it and stick it in the oven for about an hour and a half. My light is on, and we're gonna stick it in the oven for an hour and a half. So it's been about an hour and a half, hour 45. Let's pull out our dough and see what it looks like. It should be super bubbly, super flaky, and double in the size of how we put it in. Oh my goodness, guys. Look at this. It's double the size. Look at all the air bubbles inside the dough. That is what we're looking for. Beautiful. We're gonna punch it down like that. Create a nice ball. Guys, this dough is so nice and fluffy. Anyone can do this, guys, not only me. If you're watching this video, you're more than capable of doing something like this. We're gonna put this to the side. Once we got our dough on the table, we're gonna divide it into about 8 equal parts. They don't have to be pretty. And roll them into balls. We're gonna make nice, decent sized NAAN breads. And we're gonna let it rise for another, about the second rise is what I call it. We're gonna let it rise for about another 10 minutes. While we let our balls of dough rise on the second rising, we're gonna go ahead and get our basting butter done. All we need is some butter and some minced garlic. And then we're gonna melt it down. So we got our butter melted down and our balls of dough are almost ready. So we're gonna start getting ready to cook them. We're gonna go back to the stove and fire up our cast iron pan. You wanna get it hot enough so that if you drizzle a little bit of water, it will sizzle away. Medium heat. So our pan is almost hot. This is how you guys wanna test it. Grab a little water and just throw it on there. It sizzles like this. That's ready to go. So we're gonna take our NAAN, and how we're gonna do this is we're gonna go roll away from each other. Don't roll it back and forth. Either roll away towards you, side to side. So in the middle, just roll away towards you, side to side, and you want to roll them to about 1/4 inch thick. And you just want to roll it into a NAAN bread shape. Beautiful, guys, just like that. Remember, you want to roll it a little bit thinner because as soon as you lift it up, it's going to want to shrink. While you're done rolling it, I like to add a little bit of cilantro on it. Just give it one more good roll so it kind of embeds into the dough, and we're ready to take it to the pan. So you want it about 30 to 45 seconds on the back side. Kind of when you see the bubbles start coming up, then you want to flip it. You guys see the bubbles forming around at the edges and stuff. When you start seeing them forming, it's almost time to flip it. Give it another 5 seconds and we'll give it a good flip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at that, nice and golden brown. We're gonna let it cook on the backside for about another 40 seconds and this one will be done. While this one is cooking, we have about 40 seconds to do the next one. Grab your other dough ball and roll, start towards the middle of the dough, kind of roll in and out. If you guys have a nice heavy roller, this one's made out of quartz or some type of rock, I'm not sure. It's really easy to work with this dough. So while we're rolling this one out, the one behind me is about done cooking. Let's go take a look and take it off the pan. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now we want to take our butter baste and baste it up. A little bit of this butter garlic. Spread it around. Just like that. And a little bit of salt at the top. Let's get the next one. We're almost done with our naan bread here. We're about to do a taste test, but you know what I always say? It's only as good as it looks. We're gonna garnish this with a little bit of green. That's all this needs. It's already got the garlic in there. It's already got the butter on there. It's got the salt. It's super flaky, super light dough. It looks beautiful. We're just gonna add a little bit of fresh cilantro. Guys, this looks awesome. The garlic butter from the high heat of the naan bread just smells so good. The aromas are amazing. You serve this with meats. You serve this with lamb chops. You can make a sandwich out of it. You guys can serve this with honey. It's super good, but it's super simple to make. Always impresses everyone. Nobody can believe me that this is actually homemade. We're gonna rip one open, give it a good taste test, let you guys know what the texture looks like. Look at this. Look at this. Super soft, nice and finished on the inside, super light dough. Give it a taste test. Oh my goodness, guys. This is by far the best naan bread I have ever tasted. I'm not kidding you. You guys try this recipe, you will not be disappointed. Super good. I gotta get a little bit of the cilantro on here. This is so good. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Easter dinner's coming up, guys. Make this recipe. But this is it for today's video. Comment, like, subscribe. Add in the comments what you guys might want to see us make next. But this is by far the best naan recipe you guys will ever see. See you guys next time.